we were given a strong mandate with 8 million votes to pursue our purpose in this place, which is to restore the Canadian promise. That promise is that anyone who works hard gets a great life in an affordable home on a safe street. And that requires reversing the 10 years of inflationary deficit spending of the Liberal government. The Liberals are back with the same ministers, MPs, staff, and it turns out, for the most part, the same policy agenda. Earlier this week, I made it clear that we as Conservatives would vote in favor of any good policies that helped restore the Canadian promise, even if they did not go far enough or they were not as good as we would have proposed. That's why earlier this week we announced we'd support some of the government's, albeit small, tax measures. We said we would support them because they were a very small step in the right direction. And we said we will continue to do that. At the same time, we said we would vote against things that are bad for the country and that run against the platform that 8 million Canadians voted for. And that's what I'm here today to discuss with my Deputy Leader, Melissa Lantsman, whom I thank for her hard work. We ran on a platform of fiscal discipline to bring down the cost of government so that we could bring down the cost of living. But this week, Mark Carney introduced $500 billion of spending with no budget. The first time that has happened in decades. Not only that, but he's increasing government spending by 8%, with the lion's share of that spending going to bloated bureaucracy, consultants, and contractors. Bureaucracy will go up by 6%. That's more than double the combined rate of inflation and population growth. Consultants are going to go up by 37% to $26 billion a year. The average Canadian family will now spend $1,400 on federal government consultants alone. Contractors get more money. And let's be clear, the extra spending Mr. Carney has asked Parliament's approval on is not for investments. It's for money that's out the door and gone forever, almost all of it on bureaucratic administration and other high-priced consultants. That is totally irresponsible. It's clear that Mark Carney is even more expensive than Justin Trudeau. This $500 billion spending bill will drive up inflation, interest rates, above and beyond what they would otherwise be, at a time when we've got a record increase in people who are unable to pay their bills. According to Equifax, delinquencies are up. The number of people missing mortgage payments is up. 2 million people are lined up at food banks. And we have desperation in the streets. People cannot afford an even more expensive Liberal government. And that is why I'm announcing today that Conservatives will vote against this $500 billion of inflationary, irresponsible, out-of-control Liberal spending. We continue to hold out hope the government will change direction, and that's why we're calling on them to introduce a budget this spring, like has always been done. Mr. Harper was elected in 2011 in May. He had a budget the June that followed. There's no reason why the Prime Minister can't give Canadians a plan. He said he had a plan. A plan beats no plan. He said, well, a budget is a plan, and we need a plan. We cannot simply have more debt, bureaucracy, and inflation.